This is the fun part, you know. We just keep scrolling up and down. It's like, boom. But you know what, Steve?
We're always live.
It's playoff time, too. I'm excited.
And it's Veterans Day.
That's the most important thing.
And that's a big day all around. Shout out to all the veterans out there, that's for sure. And I know our producer, Chris Spurl, is going to have...
You got something for us, Spurl?
He's going to have a nice little transition once we get to the highlights.
Not yet, just yet.
All right, so that is Zack Poff. I am Steve Montoya. Thanks for joining us here, either on Facebook Live or on MaxPreps. We want to hear about your big football playoff games going across the country, or for some states, maybe still the fight to get in. We're going to be talking, Zach, about some big games. There were games last night, none on our top 10, but still some big playoff games around the country.
I will say this. Bishop Gorman just won, I believe, their 83rd consecutive game against Nevada opponents.
Gotcha.
And 51st overall. Tate Martell. Go to MaxPreps.com. He hurdled somebody. Had another big-time run. Check it out.
So you're saying he's pretty good?
He's all right.
All right. We already got a few comments coming in. We got our iPad here. We're going to watch those here. Ryan already says Bishop Gorman, so you already hit on them.
We got you, Ryan.
Yep. Check out that Tate Martell play. That will be an MP top play.
As Virginia, the kids say now, it's saucy.
All right. The Virginia State playoffs, first round start this week. Good luck, Rob, and all the teams out in Virginia. Adrian wants to know, where's the stash? Unfortunately, you and I cannot grow the mustache like our...
I think it would take me like 2 years to do that, so not worth my time.
But Chris will be back on set early next week with his mustache and maybe even his glasses.
Do you guys have, is it 11 plays now? Because that mustache has to be a top play when y'all do that Monday.
It's always every week. Go pin down with Warren Central.
We'll hit on Indiana in a little bit too, so stay tuned.
All right, Corona Centennial, you know they're always getting some love. That's for sure. East Bakersfield High School. We have Blue Springs versus CBC in the Class 6 Final Four. I think that is Missouri, so shout out to Missouri there, Ronald. We're going to get back here to comments just a second. Let's dive real quick into a game out in Texas.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, you're talking 6A D1. There's the flag, baby.
I like it.
6A D1 playoffs in the state of Texas. You know it's big-time football. Game of the week is these boys, number 7 Allen, taking on a always game Euless Trinity team.
Tough round one game.
Right off the bat, you know, you got Allen, a team that's won 4 state titles since 2008. Of course, 3 of those came with Kyler Murray when they only lost, I believe, 1 game during that stretch. But, you know, Allen, 10-0 for the 4th consecutive season. Steve, they've won 65 of their last 66 high school football games. It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, I would say that's good.
And, you know, you look at Trinity, too, though. You know, they've won some gold also. They've won 3 state championships since 2005. Now, listen, they might be 7-3 this year. Trust me, when these 2 teams lock horns in the playoffs, usually a close game. All 3 playoff meetings since 2010 between these 2 schools, all 1-score games. And, you know, there's a chance it could be 4 in a row 1-score games after this one. And also add in the fact Trinity probably has the best player on the field, too, in 4-star safety Cameron Jones. It's going to be a good one.
All right, and you and I will be in Texas for the state championships there. So maybe we'll see Allen there, or maybe Euless Trinity pulls off the upset.
And the thing I'm also kind of happy about is I know DeSoto wants to be back in the 6A D1, but they've lost to Allen 4 straight years in the playoffs. DeSoto now in the Division II bracket, so there's a chance we could see Allen and DeSoto potentially too. But I think I'm going with Lake Travis in the D1 in the 6A.
Okay. All right. We still have some comments coming in. Brooks County, Quitman, Georgia playoff game. Southwest Dragons getting some love. Second round in Ohio. Port Clinton Redskins getting a shout out. We're going to get to an Ohio game here as well in just a minute. How about a man saying the Syrup Makers? I love that name.
You got to hop on that, huh?
Yeah, that's a great mascot, the Syrup Makers.
Wow. Dude, hey, that's the thing I love about high school football, man. You be coming up with the best mascots in the biz. Like, it's not even close.
Yeah, I was following a game last night. It was the Zebras against the Honkers. Lincoln against Yuba City.
The Honkers, man. Yeah, Yuba City, huh?
Yeah. Stampeding Stangs against Lubbock, Coronado. That's tomorrow at 5A playoffs out in Texas. Martin Luther King, Detroit getting some love.
Hey, they're nice, man. They got this dude, Ambry Thomas. He's a 4-star DB. Outside of Cass Tech's Donovan People-Jones, he would be the #1 recruit in the state.
Okay, all right, good one there. We have Bellwood, the Blue Devils in Blair County, PA. They take on Bishop McCurt, the Crushers. I like it. Kickoff 7
p.m.
with
these mascot names.
Second playoff game next week. All right, Broadneck football, good luck versus Old Mill, for a Maryland playoffs. Brooks County, the Trojans. De La Salle versus Clayton Valley. Who you got, Zach?
You know who I got.
You going to Spartans?
I'm going Spartans. De La Salle, they don't lose.
They don't lose once it becomes
against NorCal
teams.
Yeah. Against NorCal teams. What? I was like 5 the last time they lost, and I'm almost 30.
You never know. One of these teams could upset. And Clayton Valley, that's a rival right down the street.
Yeah, it is. But people were saying the same thing about Monte Vista last week, and De La Salle won big.
All right, let's get into an Ohio game. Definitely going to get back to your comments. Coleraine, St. Xavier, big one there in Cincinnati area.
This one of the best rivalries in all high school football, and it's going down in the D1 Ohio State playoff, second round. Steve, it's the 6th meeting between these two since 2014, and it'll be the 9th time since 2005 they meet in the playoffs. Now, you're seeing highlights of Coleraine and that guy right there, Manolo Caldwell. He's been balling this year. Coleraine, number 13 in the country. And the thing with them now, they're finally healthy. And that guy right there you're seeing on the screen, Amir the Grim Reaper, 4-star Ohio State commit. Kid's an absolute baller. Now, they survived against St. X the first time they played in the regular season. Amir Reap got hurt in the first quarter of that one, though. They still found a way to win. He's finally healthy. The rest of his teammates are finally getting healthy. Quarterback Gunnar Leyendecker is back. He's playing at 100%. Coleraine playing the best football of the season. St. X, though, this is a rivalry game. Now, listen, they might be 6-5 this year, but don't let that fool you. They had Coleraine on the ropes early in the season. They also had number 22 Warren Central on the ropes. Lost that game on a final play, Hail Mary. It's going to be a smash-mouth game, kind of like when Jim Harbaugh was coaching your Niners when they played Seattle. Straight smash-mouth football. Also,
the good old days.
Yeah, not anymore, right?
Yeah, no.
And also when Ray Lewis was, with Baltimore, man. When they played the Steelers, you knew it was going to be a fun smash-mouth game. Good defense. That's what's going down in Cincinnati. Get your popcorn ready.
All right, let's get back to some comments here. Prosper taking on Frisco Wakeland and Plano. Go Eagles out there. What about Loretto United? We'll have to look those up. Yeah. Zach, we'll get back to that comment.
Get back to you, baby.
Novell out of Monroe, Louisiana, going for the 3-peat. Rockhurst versus Kirkwood, Missouri, Class 6 Final Four. That should be a good one. Lowndes County versus Valdosta. That's always classic 2 schools right there.
Valdosta, just one of the most historic programs in the state.
Yep. And Lowndes is not a bad program either. Heritage El Toro tonight at 7:30. Friday Night Lights, baby, tonight. Heritage Patriots on Veterans Day. Good luck to them.
You got to take the Patriots on Veterans Day, right?
Rancho Verde versus Oak Hills getting some love. Will you be covering any 6-man state championship games and any in Texas?
You got the answer. I don't.
We'll see. But I do know that 6-man football is very entertaining to watch. If you watch film of it, they spread it out.
Hey, listen, if there are any older folks watching, it's straight AFL football,
Right. That's entertaining stuff, James, and we'd love to see some of that 6-man football in the state of Texas. Middleburg Broncos, the #1 defense in the Northeast.
Woo. Bringing out the facts.
Yeah. Loretto United versus McAllen Memorial tonight. Texas 6A. Good game there.
You got to love Texas high school football, especially in the playoffs, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I believe winning a state title in high school football in Texas, hardest thing to do in all of high school sports. It's a March Madness. You got to win 6 games to hold up the trophy. It's hard.
That's right. And hey, check out MaxPreps right now. We released an article the other day about the toughest playoff brackets to win in high school football. Good, entertaining stuff right there. Antioch versus San Ramon Valley. Antioch, they got a pretty good running back.
He's what, the #1 recruit in the country?
Yeah.
Najee Harris, man. This dude is a straight baller. Alabama commit, and hey, just watch them.
Yep.
It's fun to watch.
All right, speaking of fun to watch, there's a game out in Indiana, Warren Central versus Center Grove.
Yeah, now Steve, this is in the 3rd round of the 6A state playoffs, and you can book it. This will be the best game of the weekend. I'll even say this. This game might go to overtime. Both these teams evenly matched. You know, you got the top 2 teams in the state, which is awesome to see. They're meeting in the 3rd round of the playoffs. Warren Central, number 22 overall, number 1 in Indiana. They're playing the defending 6A state champs in Center Grove. And you get a look at David Bell. He was on the podcast this week talking with me and Chris Brown. One of the best playmakers, only a sophomore, but he's one of the best wide receivers in the country. Now, Warren Central, they've won 10 in a row since their only loss of the season to number 13 Colerain. They also beat this team, Center Grove. Center Grove's only loss with a 26-16 win. Now, Center Grove, they've reeled off 10 in a row since that loss, and as I mentioned earlier, they're the defending 6A state champs, so you know they want a little bit of revenge also on the Warriors. Only blemish of the season. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a great one.
All right, good stuff there out in Indiana.
There's the flag again.
I love the flag, that's for sure.
Once again, happy Veterans Day.
Yeah, Henderson Lions getting some love. Richmond Travis about to shock the world tonight. They're going to beat Katy. You agree?
No, I don't. Hey, they must not have seen DeAndre Glass, I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, I like Chris there, though, giving that some love to Richmond Travis.
Look at that, Cass Tech in the house, too. DPJ, Donovan Peoples-Jones.
You like him?
He's the number 1 receiver in the country. You kind of got to, right? But they're taking on an undefeated sailing team, and probably going to be the toughest game for Cass Tech this year. I still think Cass Tech's going to win. I think they're by far the best team in the state, though.
All right. Josh giving some love out to some New Mexico high schools out there.
Yeah.
Good luck to everybody in New Mexico. Texas football is the best.
Well, it's hard to argue, you know? Florida's good. California's good. Georgia's good.
I think there's every state out there playing high school
I thought you were going to go say what state you thought was the best, but you gave probably the smart answer.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Wastosha Central High School, Saguaro SaberCats, big win last night, 61-6.
Yeah, and Saguaro, they're trying to do something they never have. 4-peat.
That's right.
I think they're going to, too. You can book it.
All right. Flint says the toughest playoff bracket is Pac-5 Division I, and we would agree with that this year.
I would agree with that. Hey, shout out Emmett Perry, DeSoto Eagles, having a monster year this year, and what they're doing with Sean Robinson, man. DeSoto, one of the best teams in all of Texas. But, Steve, I agree. The D1 CIF Southern Section, hardest league to win in the playoffs.
All right, yeah, check out that article. We have full top 10 there. We also getting some love here. Baker and Belleville. Let's go Sarah Cavs. Now Sarah's also in.
They're in that.
They're
D1.
in that mix, and I know they're maybe on the outside of some of those teams that we always talk about, but they're a good program.
If they beat Dory Jackson, USC, Sarah alum, just saying. Yeah. But they're playing Santa Margarita, and they finished 3rd in the Trinity League, so they've played the who's who. Sarah, though, they've won 7 in a row. They're playing their best football this season. This is going to be a good one. You know what the winner gets, though? Probably St. John Bosco.
That's
tough.
Easy matchup, yeah. All right, Winter Haven and Plant, and so that will wrap up our show for this week. Keep the comments coming. Big weekend of high school football.
Huge.
Playoffs out there. Playoff games last night, playoff games tonight, and even some stuff on Saturday. So if you love high school football, great weekend ahead. Right?
And score games if you're there.
That's right.
Just do it.
And happy Veterans Day to all the veterans around the country. That is for sure.
Yeah.
That's Zack Poff. I'm Steve Montoya. Thanks for joining us.